The MPP government, and we have the town roads break here, which the gutters have been constructed already, and that the contractor is doing well to make sure that the road will be done on time for us to also have something to talk about. Aside that, we have Asempaneye to Kushia Road, which is also under construction, and as we speak, the contractor is on site making sure he is doing well. There is one that we have even finished already, that is on the Ningo stretch. That one we have completed. MPP government, a little over 6 years, has been able to done all this. That even 8 years of NDC, they couldn't even done even one.
The Agenda 111 here, it is still ongoing. It's not because of the by-election that we are doing this Agenda 111. MPP has done an AstroTurf, and maybe by next week they will finish the first phase.
Educational project that he has personally put up for the people of Asin. We had a Mahindra for supervision. He came to buy a brand new engine. The vehicle had been there for so many years without being serviced. But when he came, he did that for monitoring of education in the constituency to be possible. And he has put up several structures in the hinterlands that will enable peoples of school-going age to also get school to attend.
Say MPP 40 say MPP for AstroTurf. Papa when they call parliament in the lobby or the pass and garden for Baha. Emma ye ko sia ahemfo. E my 3 places. Nana ye nyina ye kwhwe ya meme kan bi ye kwhwe ye. Anche na omode sa court issue ya omodo again omoyi ni fiwe. Nti sa the friends sika samo e ba nyina na obesi MC so. Papa ye dwene Asen mpotemu ha or the operation lighting Asen. This is if you bob a boss is here because game judge question at the buy and only the ball. A simple temo now the light could be a asna reliable at 10 tiny and potemo or the polytank acacia SC1. Emma will put to so baby our Miamia reception of road. Why, yeah?
The Liberal Party of Ghana, led by Kofi Apalu, says they have what it takes to snatch the seat from the NDC and the MPP in the impending Asin North by-elections.
So we are going to use as a test case going into the 2024 elections. So we are serious about what we are going to do here, and we are of the belief that we're going to win the seat.
Okay. Do you think your candidates stand a chance?
We will win the seat. We will win this by-election. We are going to control this seat in Parliament because we know the people are yearning for that change, and we are bringing that change.
The 2 main candidates have filed their nominations to contest for the new Patriotic Party slot to face up with James Jachikwesin of the National Democratic Congress. They are hoping to snatch the seat and represent the constituency in Parliament.
Comparatively, if you take it, if you do a comparative analysis with all the competitors, I stand tall. I can tell you for sure that yes, whoever stands before me, I'm going to win. Development is teamwork. It's a collective job. No one can do it alone. And yes, I can tell you that I am capable of bringing development. Why am I saying that? See, I can give you a track record of a lot of things I've done to change lives. Let's leave that aside. Going forward, what can we do? We have a lot of things we are putting together when we are elected to lead the constituency.
You want Asin not to develop. You are not looking for any other person than Freeman. If you want jobs to be in Asin, then look no further than the person of Freeman. If you want to see a real developmental things in Asin, if you want to see the growth of the youth and Asin becoming the attraction of the whole country and the world at large, then look no further than Freeman.
Apart from farming and petty trading here in Asin Breku, one major source of employment for the youth is Okada business. Majority of the youth here are engaged in this business, but their challenge is the poor state of their road, and they lament what they go through on a daily basis. The Okada riders, however, are hoping that the by-election will be an opportunity to fix their roads.
ye kwan a ye fa so ni nyina anye enti omonye ye kwan yi maye omungugu ha no maye na ha nya fe ati se kumawu ba bi wono bebre a ye fra okra se bra ye kwan ni nyenti ne kono edene ba se nyame ya dum no maye ye kwan berekutu simpa edem berekutu anwesu edem ninchiso ni nyina ededem a ye ni yawo ba se nyame ya dum na kwan ni toma idwadifo no mo ba omunsuro ekwan ne ye obeba abobo ye ko ni yemuni wo mo ekwan ne ye yemuni wo mo to omusuro ba election ye ye titibi se ba ekwan de number 1 kuma wudi ye hu bi ye gu ya ma ade echi ye ba bia woni ntia se ye gu kra obeko ne ye gu na ye kama ye to aba ne we ya na esesa ko ye no de eka ho
4 to 5 years and I'm dey kwan to was omo ye de omo ye but ye hwe omo ho kekana and said that the enko true environment by election by any year say a kwan betumi aboa en omo de omo twa agusu de ame.
One question persons around here keep asking is that would there be legal implications should James Gyakye win the election to represent the constituency again? Some party people shed light.
National Democratic Party, I would advise them not to cause more issues, to save their image and to save the country from going for a lot of issues up and down. I think it's going to be better they change their candidate.
You know, perjury and all those things are not part of us, you know. So the moment you know the truth and you lie, I mean, we don't entertain nobody in this world will accept that. So it's unfortunate that it has happened to him. But I mean, you could have waited.
There has been a precedence, and then I think bringing him on board wouldn't be a good advice to them as a party. The little that we've known, and then the precedence of Honorable Adamusa Kandi, and we know it wouldn't be a best decision for them to present him as their candidates.
I can confidently tell you that he brought documents indicating he was prepared to renounce his citizenship as a Canadian. I don't want to preempt, but let the court take decision. And I know and confidently say that he is the person that will be representing the party in Asino, and surely he will win the seat for us.
One thing that plays key role in development and elections is infrastructure, as was the case in Kumewu, where we saw road infrastructure being constructed as a result of the by-election. Similar is happening here, but there's divided opinion on whether the roads will play a key role in determining who will win the by-elections.
Well, it was not totally abandoned. The road is a very long stretch. That is, I think, 13.5 kilometers. It starts from here to a very close, a nearby village known as Asin in Chiso. And because of funds, the contractor started in the year 2020, but could not finish on time. The work has been progressing very slowly because of lack of funds. You can see that now the contractors are gathering momentum and they are working very fast.
So it's not that it has been abandoned?
No, it wasn't abandoned. If you can see from your back, there are machines there. If you go to their side, there were machines there. For them, they were also working on the village road. They were doing some covert and some bridges.
This road, they have been cut solid 5 times short at Breku here since 2020 during the election time. Afterwards, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. And today, if you are seeing this, you shouldn't be surprised. It is because of the by-election, that is why they have called the contractor to come and work on the site. But we should give the glory to Honorable James Gyakye, because if it is not Honorable James Gyakye, the road will be, the contractor will not come to the site.
The choice over who leads Asen North constituency lies with constituents. On June 27, Asen North constituency goes to the poll. In the end, one person will lead the constituency. Calvis Tete, City News, Asen North.
The Electoral Commission has slated June 27 for the by-elections in that particular constituency. The interesting part for me in that report is the Liberal Party of Ghana.
Why is that?
It says we are controlling that constituency in Parliament.
Exactly, but everybody goes into an election with the mindset of winning. You don't expect him to say that.
Good morning.
In fact, you don't expect him to say that, well, he's going into that particular race to lose. Not at all. They are all in there to, make an impact. And although some of them know that they do not stand a chance. But that's the hope they will express. But the Asin North by-election actually is going to be an interesting
Very interesting.
Unlike what we experienced in Kumewu, we know that this particular seat is a swing one. And of course, looking at the circumstances or the controversies that are surrounding this particular by-election, it tells you that both parties are actually going to be involved in this particular by-election.
Of course they are, because the NDC have their mandate, the NPP have their mandate. The NDC has spoken about not accepting anything like vote buying that they allege the NPP did in Kumewu by-elections. The NPP has also said that, well, they are on the grounds to ensure that whatever goes on, they win in the CC. That is the NPP.
And
so
for whichever party that wins the seat in, Asin North, it will also have an impact on the numbers in Parliament. If the NDC, for example, wins, it will mean that we still have a hung Parliament. If the NPP wins, it tells you that they'll have a slim majority in Parliament. So the dynamics are quite actually reduce, elections in this country to, last-minute infrastructural development. And so you expect that, well, it's going to be, the fixing of roads in the constituency ahead of the by-election. And well, the constituents have actually admitted that it is because of the by-election they are seeing this particular, levels of development, if I want to put it that way. And so we expect that these things will continue. That's the question we asked. And we also know the legal implication as far as James Jachikwesi trying to, recontest in that particular
So for us, we hope that the construction of the roads in that constituency wouldn't end after the by-elections. And also we are hoping and praying that the elections will go on smoothly. We are keeping our eye on whatever will happen in Asin North come June 27. You are still watching CNR Extra here on CCTV, still to come. Organized labor issues 2-week ultimatum to government and Sanon Asogli Ghana Limited demanding the reinstatement of 3 of their local union leaders. Kindly stay with us, we'll be back with more stories.
If you're a whiz kid that collects straight A's in your sleep, a brainy brains that aces quizzes without even trying, or a clever clogs that knows just about everything, then there's one more battle you have to win. The Literacy Challenge. The nationwide search for the best junior high student is on. Think it could be you going home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write a story that ends with the following statement. The happiest people do not have the best of everything, they make the best of everything they have. Stories should be written in your own handwriting with the deadline of Saturday, the 15th of July 2023 in mind. Submissions must include an endorsement by a parent or guardian and their full contact details. And once you're done, shoot off your entries to the front desk of City TV or City FM. Or you can send entries to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For more inquiries, call 0558 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2023 is powered by City TV, supported by City FM, and is sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company and Ribby Crunchy Biscuits by M4 Foods.
Many thanks for staying with us here on CNR Extra. Let's bring you some more stories. And 10 aspirants have picked up forms for NPP's presidential primaries, with a deadline for submission that has been set for June 24.
10 persons have so far picked forms to contest the presidential primaries of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. They have up to June 24 to fill the forms and submit to the Elections Committee. This will pave way for the Special Delegates Conference in August this year to whittle down the numbers to 5. There is more in the following report.
On Thursday, 2 more flag bearer hopefuls picked their forms to push the number of aspirants who have done so to 10. The 2 are Kennedy Ohene Ejapon and Joe Garte. The first to do so on Thursday was the campaign team.
For indiscipline. Honorable Ken is honest in terms of his dealing with the country and the business of life. Honorable Ken is patriotic, that he will die for Ghana. He has demonstrated that. So in most of the times, if you hear him talking loud or making the case, it is what people will come in and say that he's non-conforming. Of course he's non-conformist, because he stands for the ordinary people, and ordinary people are not conformists.
How would this play into his chances?
Very easy. That is what people like. People want somebody who is disciplined. There's too many indiscipline in this country.
The next to do so was a team of former Attorney General and a Member of Parliament for Isikado Ketan constituency, Joe Garte. For them, their aspirant stands tall compared to the others.
Breaking the 8 is possible, but who will drive us through a successful journey? We need somebody who is competent. We need somebody when we are benching Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. He will be able to stand the test of time and even do better than what we are doing today. Assessing all the candidates, Joe Garte stands tall. And I think he will be the person who will lead us to the promised land. He's coming as the voice of the voiceless. He's coming to speak on behalf of the vulnerables of Ghana. And he's representing the youth of this country.
The other 8 picked the nomination between last week Friday and Wednesday. Wachi Ejakon, Dr. Kofi Konedu Epreku, Kwabna Eje Ejapon and Francis Adenimo picked on Friday. Dr. Usuafiye picked on Monday, while Dr. Mamudu Baomia and Kojo Opoku picked on Tuesday. Alan Kojo Shamatin, on the other hand, picked on Wednesday. The interesting observation, however, is that aside Kojo Opoku, who picked in person, all the others were represented either by their campaign team members or groups who supported their cause. In some instances, the claims were that the 50,000 cause was footed by the groups. Dr. Usuafiye Akutu's form was picked and paid by some farmers across the country, while that of Alan Shamatin was picked and paid by some market queens. That of Bache Jakon, Dr. Epreku, Kwabna Eje Ejapon, Dr. Baomia, Kennedy Japon, Francis Adenimo and Joe Garte was picked by members of their campaign teams. The nominations are, however, open until June 24, when the forms are to be submitted. Director of Elections for the party, Evans Nimako, explained to City News what to expect between now and the vetting.
So far, 10 people have picked up their nomination forms in preparedness toward their participation in the presidential primaries. Respective candidates will need 10 people per region to endorse their nomination and then return it to the committee on or before 24th of this month. Then vetting will be between 26th and 30th, after which the committee will come out with its report. It is expected that after the vetting, if there are more than 5 people in the race, the party will therefore have to conduct special electoral college. It's been slated for August this year, and when we are done, in November 4, 2023 of this year, we will do the real primaries.
But what does this mean for campaign activities?
The party expects all leading members to bear in mind that at the end of the
exercise, we will go out together to campaign, and therefore they must be mindful of their pronouncements. Officers who are not directly involved in the exercise of conducting the elections, I don't see why we should ban them from campaigning for their preferred candidate. In any case, these are all members of the party. They're in-house, and they've already consulted, and they keep on consulting.
So all the 10 are geared up, waiting for the to become flag bearers of that particular. But they have to go through the lay-down procedures before the elections happen, which is when it's slated for somewhere in the month of Kennedy Japan, Cabinet Japan, Dr. Ifri Akoto Alang Tremantin, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Baumia. We have Boachi Jakod, Kofi Apreku, Kojo Poku, and Adainimo, 10 of them.
It's going to be a tough one for party delegates, but at the end of the day, it's just one of them who get a chance to lead the party ahead of the 2024 election, or in fact, in the 2024 election. But the conversation has been which group of persons make up, let's say, the top 5 in this particular race. And largely, if you listen to, political observers and also per your own view of what has been happening in, the political space, you may want to put, the Vice President, Dr. Baumia, they want to put former Trade Minister Alan Tremanti, they want to put Asin Central MP Kennedy Ohine Japan in there. You may also want to put, Secretary. Them have actually from there.
Rightly so. So we're monitoring all the activities that will be bearer. And Sono Nasogli Ghana Limited demanding the reinstatement of 3 of their local union leaders.
Organized Labour has issued a 2-week ultimatum to government and Sunan Asogli Ghana Limited, demanding the reinstatement of 3 of their local union leaders terminated. Now, following a closed-door meeting with the Minister of Labour, the following report has more.
Must be heeded too. According to Organized Labour, efforts to resolve the situation and secure the reinstatement of the workers have so far been unsuccessful. Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress, Dr. Yao Ban, says they are prepared to take their next line of action if their demands are not.
You will not listen. That it is also going to the President of Ghana. Between now and 26, is it 26? 26th of this month, yes. To get our 3 guys back to work. And stop all that intimidation going on. And allow the union to finish the process of, of this month. They will hear from us.
The termination of these local union leaders, according to Organized Union, which operates under the umbrella of the Trades Union. Dr. Isaac Bampo Ado, the executive affiliate of Sonas.
Togbe Afede.
And if you look at the location of and I'm sure more looking at. At this time, I will advise the Minister of Relations to take this action to solve this problem.
Have given to the various stakeholders do not parties involved.
I think the parties involved, especially the company, because apart from their the issues as it were, because the concern of organized labor is that the employees were actually dismissed unlawfully. Yeah. But if you look at the explanation from the company, also they say that the association was illegal and all that. So it's more of disagreement between the form and shape of the unionization. So we expect both parties or all parties involved, the TUC, organized labor, the National Labour Commission, and also if any other option available to them is also taking legal action to ensure that the law actually deals with this particular matter.
Rightly so. The resolution of this matter is very important because it looks like organized labor is pulling from one side. The management of Sono Nasogli is also pulling from one side, and the government is in the middle here. But a resolution will be needed very soon. You're still watching CNR Extra here on City TV. Still to come. Applicants seeking Ghana cards to register SIM cards frustrated with long queues at NI offices following the activation of their SIMs. Stay with us, we'll be back with that story.
Day 5 of the Heritage Caravan began with a southernward trip to the Savannah region. We got to the capital, Damongo, and traversing through interesting historical locations along the way, eventually the Morley National Park. After a detailed briefing by our tour guide, the caravanites were in high anticipation of seeing wildlife at the park and maybe even a rare sighting. Watch part 1 of the Heritage Caravan Diaries Day 5 every weekday only on City TV.
Welcome back. Now, individuals or applicants who are hoping to register their SIM cards in the registration exercise are frustrated because of the inability for them to access or get their Ghana cards.
Individuals whose SIM cards have been deactivated following their inability to complete the registration are faced with a whole new challenge of getting their Ghana cards at the NIA offices in the Ashanti region. The affected subscribers are blaming the long queues at the NIA offices on the authorities' failure to decentralize its operations to the districts to allow applicants to have easy access. City News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
For many who had their SIM cards deactivated, their inability to acquire their Ghana cards on time made it impossible to complete
the registration of their SIM cards. They spoke about the impact the deactivation of the SIM cards will have on them.
It's like for now, it's like I'm missing. No calls. I can't make calls. Neither can I also receive calls. So it's like I'm lost.
Yeah. My wife's number was what should I say, deactivated yesterday. So we decided to come and register for the Ghana card so that she could go back and then do the MTN registration so that her number would be reactivated. That is the number that she's using for the business. And a lot of people will be calling. Now that it has been deactivated, it will create a whole lot of issues. So it's not easy. Having your phone even off is not an easy thing. So it is not. So I decided to come and see if I can get the card for her. But unfortunately, the number here is too huge. We have to go back and to get something and then sell. So we decided to go back and see if we can come here early tomorrow morning and see if we can do the registration.
In so many ways, a lot of ways. Because my SIM, I used to do a lot of things, businesses and friendship, a lot.
They are trooping to the offices of the National Identification Authority to get their Ghana cards. But the process here is not an easy one, as these applicants claim the rich are prioritized by the officials here.
You come here and sometimes protocol, and so you have to pay 400, 500 cedis. And frankly speaking, that at that time too, I couldn't afford it. So for that, they are saying they are taking 280 cedis. So normally the rich ones, when they come, they will just pay and then go away. I came here around at dawn. Yeah, I had my number, but still, we are still here.
You have to pay before you get your Ghana card. I came with my brother. His son is missing. That he should pay 300 cedis. And mine too, I've not done some before. So I'll pay 2.8 and I don't have the money. That's the problem. I don't have the money. So what will I do? I think I don't think I even need the Ghana card anymore because I can't come and be here since dawn.
The officials will not speak about either the process or the claim by some of the applicants.
Hafiz Tijani, City News, Kumasi, Ashanti region.
So that is the main concern of the individuals or the applicants who want to re-register their SIM cards. They are unable to get the Ghana card, and also the payment, 280 Ghana cedis. Some are paying 300 Ghana cedis to get a Ghana card. But you see, sometimes I also think that the last minute thing is too much.
But
it's too much.
But for majority of these persons,
find out they want to rush to the place.
I tend to agree with you on that particular score. But for majority of these persons, there are people who are struggling. You know, there are people who registered 2 years, 3 years ago, but they are still unable to, get their Ghana card, for which reason they are unable to re-register their SIM, and so they risk deactivation, or they've actually been deactivated already. And so until such a time we are able to make the process quite seamless for people to acquire or obtain their Ghana card, we are still going to have this particular challenge on our hand, because, well, without your Ghana card, you are unable to register your SIM.
And even conduct other transactions. Go to the bank, they are asking
except that the telco can actually send you a message. You can actually dial the *404 to ensure that you start the process or actually continue and all that. And for the money aspect that you are talking about, I do not know for which reason. I want to believe that it's for those who want expedited service, the premium service that we are made to understand. And so maybe they just want to hurry and then get their Ghana card, although we realize that some people always take advantage of the system to, dupe others and all that. But it's the responsibility or the onus lies with the.
But it looks like you've not heard from the Communications Ministry or NCA for any extension on this one.
I'm sure it will be announced in the coming days, because look, majority of people have actually not been able to, 9 million.
But if you keep on extending, that means people wouldn't take the exercise.
No, but it's no fault of theirs. If they have their Ghana card and then they are not re-registering, then you can have a cause to say that perhaps the extension is no longer needed. But they don't have the Ghana card. How do you expect them to So it is the NIA and the government to ensure that they open up the process, they decentralize it more so that people are able to get their Ghana card freely without any form of, headaches or chaos or what.
But the NIA also some time back came out that they've printed a number of Ghana cards, but the people who had to pick these cards weren't coming.
That is also there. And for some people too, they argue that there are errors with, their Ghana card, because that when you go and then you are not able to do because of name error or so some of these things must be looked at. And for some of them, identifying where the Ghana card is itself a problem. Because for me, when I was going for my Ghana card, they told me it was in one particular office. I got there, they said it's not there. I went to another office. So I think sometimes the NIA in its processes must also ensure that they are able to identify, where exactly the Ghana card is.
So it tells us that there are a lot of challenges and the various stakeholders, as we've been saying here, every now and then must address it. This is how we end today's edition of CNR Extra here on CTTV. My name is Philip Nilate. I did this with Nilate. Many thanks for your time always, and keep watching CTTV.